they have abolished the death penalty. We cannot sit back and allow that to happen. They have to consult with the people. So when our brothers in London, especially the MP, Mr. Cleverly, as excited as he is about human rights, guys, up till now, you guys have not even investigated the Parebaro prison massacre, the killing of youths in Makeni when they protested. And then we're going to celebrate this? Under no circumstances are we going to celebrate this, guys? And I want you guys in London, everybody, matter of fact, go share this. Share this live, share until it reaches to these people. And I want you guys in the constituents, if you're one of the constituents of MP Cleverly, you're Sierra Leonean, is one of your constituents. I want you guys to show him this, because they have to understand that watch what they do, not what they say. And in your letters that you're going to write, I want you guys to put it on there. Watch what they do, not what they say. Again, this is James Cleverly's Twitter page. He is a Sierra Leonean. He has a Sierra Leonean background. I want you guys to brief him on what has happened in Sierra Leone over the years, because he's delighted to see that President Bio, with the tweet that he gave to say they've abolished the death penalty. But no, we don't have a system in Sierra Leone that is going to protect citizens like that. So when our brother James Cleverly, tweets about this, yes, I understand. We all want to abolish that, but if America is still keeping the death penalty, why should Sierra Leone take that away? We don't care about the presidential pardon and all of that stuff. No, it's because the SRPP, they know they've committed so much crimes. They've killed so many people that they know that when another government comes to power, these people will be tried for their crimes. So they think they can come and put these laws now without consulting the people. So, Brother James Cleverly, I want you to revisit. Watch what they do. This was a setup by President Bio. When he came out here and tweeted, it was a setup. Because he knew he was going to go to London. And of course, he wanted to be in the good books of you guys. And he got that. Because when you look at this tweet of this other brother right here, Dominic Raab, you will see exactly where I'm going with this. Look at this tweet. So the president had a very exciting meeting with Dominic Raab today in London. As a government, we will continue to increase our commitment towards education. But we know that is not what the whole thing is. Dominic Raab was the same man who actually tweeted, said he's delighted, and he's a British, government official. He's the one who actually tweeted, about the fact that he is excited to see that the government of Sierra Leone has abolished, the death penalty. So this was a setup, and this was the tweet that President Bio used to set this whole thing up, because he knew he had to go with something. What am I going to take to London? So guys, watch what these guys are doing, watch what they do, not what they say. So he said, today I fulfill a governor's pledge to permanently abolish the death penalty in Sierra Leone. I thank citizens, members of parliament, development partners, and human, I'm sure it meant human rights groups that have steadfastly, stood with us to make history. Have they investigated the Makeni massacre? No. But this tweet was the setup. So when it got to London, it was going to have these photo ops. Because this is a photo op. Now, because these guys are saying, oh, this man has a clean reputation. He has abolished the death penalty. So, of course, they're excited to meet with him. This is how they're fooling the international community. Guys, what was lacking in the Sierra Leone community is that void that I'm going to fill in. And unfortunately, the civil societies that are supposed to be doing what I'm doing, the civil societies that are getting all the funding, they're getting all the money from the international community, from Irish Aid, from USAID, from all European Union. They are the ones that are sponsoring these civil societies. They're giving them finances. They're the ones that are giving them the funding that they need to survive. They're not doing their jobs as civil societies in Sierra Leone. Up till now, there's been no investigation at this particular point in time. But this was all a setup so that President Bio can have this, follow up with these people. It was a setup. And indeed, they got our brothers. So when you see our brother saying, all of these things about, Brother Cleverly, because they got him on this one. Brother Cleverly right here. This is my brother right here. They got him on this one. It fell for this. It is a bait. It is a bait. And that is why I want to help them so that they understand that they should not fall for everything these guys are saying. But watch what they're doing. Talk about the human rights violations in the country. Go look at the prisons. James Cleverly, I just want you to read the Human Rights Report of 2020 from the United States government. I want you to read that report. The Human Rights Reports of 2020. It lays out all of these facts that these governments has actually violated the rights of the citizens. The prisons are full. Let me pull that up for you guys. While that is pulling up, let me talk to you guys. And I'm going to show you that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. The Human Rights Reports of 2020. I want James Cleverly. If you're in London, all of you guys from London watching this live now, please, guys, share this live so it reaches more people. Let us take it to Brother Cleverly. And by the way, guys, if you have not followed my page, make sure you follow the page, okay? When we're done with this live, make sure you follow the page. It's very important that you follow the page and set your reminders so that every time I come on live, you'll see it. But let me show you guys the Human Rights Reports of 2020 to show you guys exactly everything I'm talking about. I want you guys to see it because I want you guys think we're making these things up. I want you guys to show this to Brother Cleverly. This is the Human Rights Report of 2020 from the United States government. So you see, it says, in contrast, in 2019, there were several reports that the government or its agents committed arbitrary or unlawful killings. The Independent Police Complaints Board, responsible, is the body responsible for investigating police misconduct. I want you guys to see this. Responsible for reporting police misconduct. The IPBC is an independent civilian oversight mechanism with a mandate within the security sector to receive and investigate complaints from the public and advise the leadership of the Sierra Leone police. I want you guys to see this. On April 29th, and this is the massacre, maybe Brother Cleverly can help us. It can help us to open up a commission. If anything, we need to open up a commission of inquiry because we know this case is with the ICC. But Brother Cleverly, you know, before you tweet about appreciating President Bio, because he's setting you guys up for failure. They are deceiving you guys. Perception against the international community. As the first British MP from a Sierra Leonean background, I'm delighted to see this news. This is what they want you to say. But again, Brother Cleverly, I'm on the screen now. I'm putting the Human Rights Reports of 2020. I want you to see it. This is what it says, which contradicts everything about the president tweeting that he has abolished the death penalty. Look at it. On April 29th, a riot broke out. And this riot, we all know, now that we've gotten to the actualities of what happened, we know that it was not a riot that just broke out. We know this was a staged and planned, but the truth shall come out at some point. But look at it right here. Look at it right here. Look at the physical conditions. Let's look at this. Look at this. Matter of fact, let me go to prisons and detention centers. I want you to see this. So when you're talking about abolishing death penalty, all that nonsense, I want you to see what is actually happening. Prison and detention conditions, right? Center conditions. Prison and detention center conditions were harsh and life-threatening because of food shortages, gross overcrowding due to an inefficient justice system. Of course, they arrest people, lock them up in prisons, throw the keys away, because this is how this government operates. So check all of this out. Of lack of sufficient correctional facilities. I want you guys to see this. And personnel, physical abuse, lack of clean water, inadequate sanitary conditions, and a lack of medical care. So that is why, it really bugs me when I see my brother Cleverly here, being fooled by the SLPP government of Bio. He's saying again, as the first British MP from a Sierra Leonean background, I'm delighted to see this news. Full credit to President Bio, the Sierra Leonean Parliament, and our team, Freetown. And then Dominic Raab says, fantastic to see that the Sierra Leonean Parliament has voted to abolish the death penalty. Congratulations to our President Bio and the people of Sierra Leone on this important milestone. The UK government continues to support Sierra Leone. But I want you guys to see, watch what they do, not what they say. And this is the point I want to make to you guys. So look at the Human Rights Report. These are the things that needs to be fixed. The death penalty, Sierra Leoneans, if you travel across that country, will tell you we want to keep the death penalty because it would prevent further escalating killings and arbitrary killings across that country. But watch this space. Now that they have abolished this death penalty, people are going to go on the ransack. And this SLPP is sending their thugs. They are killing people. They have a whole soldier team unit that they send to go and kill people. Because now they know that death penalty is off the table. And this government, we know they don't have the judiciary to take care of these. Look at the physical conditions. These are the things that needs to be fixed, not just going to abolish. Everything starts small, not just running to abolish the death penalty. I want you guys to understand this. This is the Human Rights Report of Sierra Leone, 2020. And I know the 2021 is going to be even rough than the 2020 version. Look at physical conditions. Physical conditions. Right? Let's read this together. The country's 21 prisons, designed to hold 2,375 inmates, held 3,808 as of August in 2020. The most severe example of overcrowding was in the Freetown Male Correctional Center, designed to hold 324 inmates, which instead held 1,407 individuals. Can you imagine? Because these guys were just arresting people from across the country, opposition, places where they think they deemed like they were opposition places. The Makeni, the Lozar, the Tombo, they arrested citizens and locked them up, overcrowding these jails without giving them the due process to the law. These guys were only exercising their constitutional rights as prescribed by the Constitution, Section 26, subsection 1. Section 26, subsection 1. That gives them their rights, the protections to the freedoms of assembly. Right here. Look at it. They were arrested because they protested for a generator. They were killed because they protested for a generator. But guys, watch this. Watch this video.
This is one of the body where they go fire na Makeni. This they be the common yoni and they go Kabbalah. So you meet up the riot at Makeni, then fire them. Then all count and Panama Road. From Panama Road now, straight away. Na today, yesterday, na yesterday them pull na yesterday them pull. But not sabi talk, kill na team anymore. But they can't interview, they can't explain. Then just left there yesterday. But you know not sabi which them for go. And just pull them up Panama where they left them. They don't sabi for which one day. But the in they can't talk how the team be happy. Now the side is the fire here, it come on here. The fire here, it can't come here. As you know, they see. The fire down here on the very side, it come here. Go the other side. As you know, they see her back, turn. The fire here back, it come here back and back. And back, as you know, they see her. Okay, yeah. Chop on them, chop things of them problem here.
Treat me. Very much no we
So my mother magmu. I am so yatne. Lori babak magmu. So ni soma.
Me ala stand for na.
So problem ka bobane.
I go bobane.
So my treatment as my. Kemle mo yete tip ka magmu yi. Kama sort of the camel gas so tone. Tip ka magmu yi. Ma uno ni ka ito yi ba so yat ka mari. It can at you. We are this now the man that is so. You need help right now. Please, anybody want for help him, please, you go contact. I will give you the number where they contact somebody for let help him. Please. But now don't meet to himself for the try for help him now for let him get a medical cure. From the even free transfer not sabi. So now the power waka no more. They can't boss per week. So we say we try for help him small, at least. For me, you go for next month back for go to hospital for go treat him. But when they go treat him hospital now, money no dey. They can't explain you now. They go Kabbalah and I meet up this trouble na Makeni. They fire am. For more they hold they put up them go then pull them. Then they say when they say they for pull them. They don't begin pull them. But when they pull them on they left them. So I find anyway no more now. So this we get this one now. So family, yeah, I need help.
But guys, you see, these are the things I'm talking about. So this was what the SLPP did. So I want you guys to educate our brother, James Cleverly. He's an MP in London. If you're a Sierra Leonean and you're one of his constituents, please write him a letter. Let him know what is actually happening on the ground. This guy, as he explained, it was coming from Kabbalah, passing through Makeni. Had no idea of what was happening. It was shot at. God saved his life because he could have died. Why? Because President Bio thought it's okay for him to kill the people. Let me share something with you guys that I want you guys to see, because again, I want Brother Cleverly to understand that everything I'm doing is being backed with the evidence. And this was the report from the BBC. So guys, guys, this void that I saw, thank God, it's not easy. It's difficult, guys. I'm about to round up this live, but we have a void in our country. Communication was the reason why Maada Bio, after 26 years, came back and became a president in Sierra Leone. If Sierra Leoneans have communicated enough, after everything Maada Bio and his folks did, killed people like Bambe Kamara, they killed, Kula Samba. And this reminds me, look at our brothers, Bazi Kamara and all these other people are in jail in Rwanda. The AFRC guys, when we know the story behind the AFRC, we know because Nganoman brought the Kamajos and put them over the military, and the military came back and fought back and said, no, we're not going to tolerate that. That's how we had Johnny Paul and the AFRC. Guys, educate yourselves on these things. But today, why is Maada Bio free? Why is Ali Kaba free? Why are these guys free with every atrocity that is caused in our country? It is because we sat by, we were quiet, we did not speak up about these things. Thinking, oh, we're all afraid. Oh, they will hurt you if you were speaking about these things. These guys will go after you. They will this. That. Can't you go after these guys as well, Sierra Leoneans? Don't you guys have that? What is wrong with us? The same blood that runs through your veins is the same blood that runs through our veins. What is wrong with us? Let me share this interview, this report of the BBC about what happened in Makeni. I want you guys to listen to this. Guys, we have to, make sure we point these things out. Let me share the interview so you guys can hear this. Where is Umar Fofana today? But listen to this report.
Now in the northern city of Makeni, where protests broke out over the weekend, which turned deadly. Calm has now returned, but many are asking how the relocation of the city's standby electricity generator, which was going to be relocated by authorities to the international airport, could have led to the loss of life. The BBC's Umaru Fofana has been investigating.
Want justice. People need justice.
The latest song in town calling for justice for 5 people killed during the weekend protests in Makeni. Sung by the artist known as Stuntman, it urges the youths to avoid violence, but also laments over what he calls police brutality, which he says is on the rise. It all started on Friday night after rumors had circulated on social media that Makeni would be plunged into darkness because their generator was being taken away. It led to youth mobilizing to ensure that did not happen. Minister of Energy, Kanja Sise, says he regrets the loss of life and that the whole situation could have been avoided if only the local authorities had informed the people as agreed.
Precisely on the 30th of May this year, I sent my permanent secretary, the Director General of the EGTC, that is the Electricity Generation and Transmission Company, and other senior officers of the Ministry of Energy to hold stakeholder engagement with the people of Makeni. And they held a meeting under the chairmanship of the mayor, her deputy, the district council chairman, some civil society, and the local press representatives. The situation is that our machine in Lunge is now currently out of service. We had a problem with it and we could not import the required materials because of the COVID. Makeni has 2 machines and they are used there purely for standby purposes because Makeni is on a year-round hydropower and they do not actually need those machines right now.
The protesters say they were never informed and the authorities went at night to take the generator away.
We were failed to inform as youth because in any developmental issue with the youth counts a lot. The local authority and that of the central government failed to engage us. But because of this misinformation has led to the death of some of our youth.
We protested because we were informed about the location of the machine. And mind you, and this part of this country, 70 to 80% of the populace is living, based on electricity. Some are selling cold water, some are selling drinks just to sustain their lives. We still feel aggrieved and we feel disappointed to our leaders.
The city's referral hospital says the 5 people died from gunshot wounds, apparently sustained during the shooting by police. The Inspector General of Police, Ambrose Savula, gave me his reaction to the weekend violence.
My reaction towards the behavior of the disorderliness of people that had wanted to burn down police stations, that had wanted to burn down the banks, that had wanted to burn down other government institutions. the police or whoever is not there to kill somebody, but in the interim where the police station is about to be overrun, I don't think the police has to stand and wait until people come and overrun them in the police station.
Do you not think your officers were heavy-handed by using live bullets against protesters who are not carrying any arms?
I don't think so. I think they responded appropriately because I believe they were attacked by machetes and guns as well.
By the way you sound, Inspector General, it's unlikely there will be any investigations into this matter by way of bringing to justice those police officers who could have killed those civilians.
Investigation, any matter of any nature is supposed to be investigated. Generally, the matter is going to be investigated.
The weekend incident is the latest in a string of violent protests by youths and what many here see as police brutality. The latest has divided opinion between those...
Right, guys. So for a generator, you hear the IG, backing the police for killing citizens. And guys, what I really want to do, which is what I'm going to do for you guys, is to show across the world. Where else in America in January 6th, you guys know about what happened in America when, protesters stormed the Capitol, right? These guys were not killed. But these SLPP government officials thought it was okay for them to murder, citizens. Guys, I'm going to share, some of these images with you guys. These were protests in America.
Missiles to include bottles and rocks and hand-thrown chemical-grade fireworks. What we have.
Take your pens off.
Yeah. The fuck?
Take your pens off.
So guys, I want you to go and share this with, Brother Cleverly, right? But I want you guys to see exactly what it's like. So for a simple generator, guys, let me share this with you. For a simple generator, something like this. If I could just pick one of these, let me just pick this. For a generator like that, for a generator like this, Andrew Sovula, the Inspector General of Police, says it's okay for the police to kill these people. Guys, what I just showed you was in America. You all know about this. I'm just connecting the dots so everybody can see this. So guys, these are the reasons why President Bio thinks it's okay to abolish the death penalty. Because they know they've committed so much crimes against humanity that they are not going to get away with it. So that is why he set this up. This was a setup by President Bio. It was a setup. It was a setup by President Bio. This whole thing was a setup. This was a setup. Guys, I can go on and on because this thing leads me from one place to the other. But for a generator like this, is there any life that you can equate to a generator? Is there any life? Is there any life? Is there any life?